Today I am gonna teach you how to do dual form nails via gel. So let's start with the manicure. You should soften the wooden pusher's top first. Don't forget to sanitize the hands. Very carefully push the cuticle back. Be very careful not to hurt the skin and the cuticle itself. You shouldn't push it hard on the nail plate. After doing each nail, it's better to check out if there is any part of the cuticle stuck to the nail plate. You should do it via your wooden pusher and check out from side to side. As you see, there is a small scar and wound near the nail plate on this finger because the client said that she had tried to remove the extra nail or extra skin using her teeth and it had hurt her hand. So I tried to teach her how to remove those dry extra skins. I suggested using a nipper or manicure scissors to cut the dry skin, and I suggested her to use hydrating creams regularly. That's why getting a regular manicure helps you have a softer and healthier skin because it removes all the dry skin and softens the skin. Manicure. It's time for e-file manicure. As we all heard, they call it Russian manicure. The skin of the client is wet. Using the e-file is not very easy on these kinds of skin. So you'd better using a dehydrating powder to dry the skin very well. It really helps to have a cleaner and faster e-file manicure. You don't need that much of powder on the nail. After rubbing the powder on all nails, you can use your brush to remove the extra powder to make the manicure easier. Put your e-file on medium speed. Start from the middle of the cuticle and come to the side walls. As you see, I don't use the top of the bead. You should use the body of the bead instead. If you use the top of the bead, it will hurt the skin and it will bleed. You should be very careful not to hurt the skin because on next steps you will get in big troubles if the skin is injured. You should be very careful that your bead doesn't touch the side walls and the nail plate on the side walls. You can only use the bead's body to push the side skins out. Use your brush to remove the dust that you can see the cuticle well, and you can use your finger to push back the skin and see under the cuticle. Now you should put your e-file on reverse and start to e-file the other side of the cuticle. You should start from the middle of the cuticle and come to the other side wall. I use the Beats body to push up the cuticle because it makes cutting the cuticle via scissors very easier. Now it's time to cut the cuticle via scissors. Your scissors must be professional and very sharp. The blades must be very thin. Look at the way I keep the scissors. I put my index finger behind the blades to have a better control on the scissors blades. Don't hurry when you're cutting the cuticle because it's very sensitive and you may hurt the skin. As you see, the client's skin is very sensitive and she had already hurt her skin, so I should do cutting the cuticle very calmly and slowly. Now I use the cleansing foam to clean the dust under the cuticle and on the nail plate. I try to push the liquid under the cuticle and then I will remove the dust and the extra cleanser using a wipe. I put the wet wipe on a wooden pusher and slowly cleanse under the cuticle. I don't push it under the cuticle in order not to hurt the cuticle, but I should remove all the dust from the skin, nail plate, and under the nails. This part may look very simple, but it is very important. Now we move on to other hand and repeat all the steps for the other hand. The cleansing foam might be a bit oily and I don't trust the ingredients on it. It would be better to use a cleanser and a wipe to remove all the oil and dust again. At the same time, this cleanser helps to dehydrate the nail plate too. For nail prep, I use the dehydrator first on all nails. Now it's time for non-acid primer. The applicator shouldn't be very wet. Be very careful not to touch the skin. Apply your primer on 3 or 4 fingers. After that, use the base coat. Cure it and then go to next fingers. Put a very small drop of base coat on the nail. Use a soft gel brush to rub the base coat on the nail plate. Be very careful with the edges. You should be very careful that the base coat doesn't drop under the skin and cuticle. The whole nail plate must be covered with the base coat. The base coat should be cured at least for 60 seconds. I usually do the thumbnail separately in order to make sure that it cures very well. Wait for the next part to do dual form gel extensions.